Hello, angels. Very nice to see you guys. First of all, thanks for hanging out with me. I love you. So today we're going to be talking about something that I think is very important to discuss. But then again, I feel like everything I talk about is very important to discuss, but that's besides the point. Healing or hiding? Where are you on the spectrum? I think this is a very important topic because I think we really need to identify, what are we doing? Are we healing? Are we hiding? What exactly does that mean? There are so many distractions, drama, chaos, and even relationships that we involve ourselves in because we are trying to hide from them. And sometimes, as it pertains to healing, it's a very, very tricky, thing. Sometimes you may think you're over something and then you get tested by that thing that you thought you were over, and then you think you're just falling down into the spiral again. But you guys already know the drill by now. You need to make sure that you're following me on my only Instagram, at Aisha Christina Foster. And also, do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not already. We want to grow the A team. We are almost near 200K, guys. Comment down below what you think I should do for when we hit 200K. Also, do not forget to turn on your post notifications because, as you can see, you guys have been seeing me consistently for a little while now, okay? I love you. Yes, I missed you guys too, and it feels amazing to be back. And on a serious note, thank you guys genuinely so much from the depths of my soul for all of the support that you guys have been showing me and the love. It is so encouraging, so motivating, and it feels really, really good to be back. So, on with this topic, are you hiding or are you healing? So like I said before, distractions come in many different forms. When we distract ourselves, we open ourselves up to a whole bunch of potentially avoidable situations. Number one, drama. Right? We all know someone that it's just like, they just can't seem to not be in drama. And it's like, how is it that you are always so wrapped up in something, in someone, involved in he said, she said, they said, he did, she did? Enough. When you are on the path to healing, you're gonna have to release all these things. First of all, identify if you are even someone that is attracted to a lot of drama. And this will require self-awareness to know, all right, I am kind of problematic. You have to identify this first because you cannot change what you don't acknowledge. If you can't acknowledge, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm always in this type of situation, I'm always in some sort of situation, I'm always caught up in some sort of drama, someone is always saying that I said something about them or vice versa. Enough, okay? This is not high school anymore. We are in real life, we are adults, and this type of dynamic, it matters. Why? Because it's going to bleed on into your relationships, your romantic dynamics, where you may be attracted to that. Attachment styles, I've talked about this in a past video where I discuss attachment styles, and I'll link that down below, or I'll probably have that somewhere on the screen, where you have to figure out what is your attachment style. Because if you are someone that's very, drawn to drama, or you think drama is drawn to you, then that is something to consider, because you have to ask yourself, okay, well, how can I undo this? How can I avoid drama so that I'm not constantly in it and susceptible to it, and so that I'm able to heal and that I'm not dragging this, dynamic into my romantic relationships? Because guys can tell when a woman is always into drama, okay? You could tell, you have the girlfriends, oh my God, Karen literally just said that my outfit is so ugly. And because men are very solution-based, their response would probably be, okay, well, who really cares what Karen says? But wear whatever it is that you want. Woman probably would be like, but she said that because she knows I was feeling particularly fat on that day, and she knows I was not feeling the best, so she said that on purpose. And to a guy, it's like, okay, even if she said it on purpose, like, do you like the outfit? Yes, I like the outfit. Okay, so are you gonna stop wearing it because someone said it was ugly? I feel like you just don't get me. You just don't get me. Like, you think it's so simple. Like, why would someone even say that? Like, obviously she doesn't like me. Yeah. Oh my God. Because you know what? Honestly, Susan told me the other day when we were literally by the fountain, she literally told me that Karen literally was staring at me. And I was like, oh my God, is she really? Drama, enough. Nobody wants to hear it. I would say I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. I love to break it to you. Nobody likes someone that's dramatic. Nobody likes someone that is problematic. Nobody likes someone that every time there's a conversation, it's like impossible to not get into some sort of debate about it, over it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and I say this to some people where it's like, you cannot be sensitive about what you hear if you're not gonna be sensitive about what it is that you say, right? And people that are extremely dramatic, and I'm not talking about, you're very animated, like, no, that is different from being dramatic, drama driven, okay? There's a huge difference where you are embellishing, fabricating, and magnetizing with the utmost flamboyance every situation that it is that you endure. Every single thing that someone says to you, you are like putting a magnifying glass on it. But then when that is done to you, you're super offended and you're super sensitive. That's an area that needs to be healed, okay? Identifying if that's something that is your issue. And in order to heal from that, okay, it's gonna take a lot of self-awareness. And of course it's going to take work, because if that's your norm and that's all that you're used to, of course you're gonna think that that's something that is normal. And men do not want to deal with women like that are constantly, I don't even want to deal with that. And I'm a woman. It's like, who wants to be around someone that always has something to say about someone? Nobody likes super opinionated people. I'm sorry, like just nobody does. Next thing, another way that we tend to distract ourselves is, of course, ding, 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 relationships, okay? Whether that be platonic or even romantic, okay? So let's talk about both. Firstly, as it pertains to romantic dynamics, serial monogamous. You're with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. When did you have time to heal? Well, I mean, I'd stopped dating for like 3 months, but it's not my fault that like, I just happened to meet someone and it's like, okay, maybe it's not your fault. You know what I mean? It's not your fault, but you have to understand that you need time to heal. If you are someone that has spent majority of your life in relationships, that is something to look into. Having the fear of not wanting to be alone and feeling like that tells me that there is a lack of purpose there. How do I know? Well, because it's the easiest thing that comes natural to us that we like to use to fill a void. Well, I don't know what I want to do with my life right now. I don't really feel like I have that much stuff to really work on. Like there's really nothing to really tap into like that. So like, I don't really understand why I'm single. Like I'm a great person. Like I'm a great catch. Like I don't understand how no one even sees this about me. And it's like, that can't possibly be true. There's always work to do. And people that are emotionally mature and are students of life understand that concept, that the work never ends. You're always going to be progressing, and there is no such thing to me as arrival. You know what I mean? I think it's important to have that understanding because that's a healed perspective. When you are hiding, behind a relationship, that's when you'll find yourself being a serial monogamous. And it's not my fault that I just, so you have no control over your life. Get in the driver's seat. Get in the driver's seat. It is so important to take ownership and accountability for your decisions and for your life. So any and everyone that just walks into your life, you're going to say, oh, it's not my fault they came by. No, at some point that was a decision. Yes, I'm going to allow myself to be involved with this person, because especially if you're someone that came out of, even a long-term relationship, or you're used to being in a million short-term relationships, the most familiar thing to do is to replace that. I need to get with someone else. I need to get with someone else instead of delayed happiness, because we go towards what's familiar versus what makes us happy, right? So delayed happiness would look like self-work, would look like discovering self-love, would look like honestly loneliness in the beginning until you realize that loneliness is solitude, and that becomes your superpower because you started to realize in this process your strengths and the things that the unhealthy parts of yourself that you were looking to fulfill or have filled by another individual. So this is very, very important. And I've been there myself, you know what I mean? When I make content like this, it's not like I'm here and you guys are there. Like, no, that is never my intention ever at all. I always want you guys to know that I'm coming from a genuine place of understanding and compassion in my heart. And of course, I want you guys to have the understanding that some things we can avoid, right? And I get it. It feels good. You know, you stop talking to this guy, you hop on the app, okay? You start, you know, it feels good. Like swipe, 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 swipe. You're on Bumble. Hey, how are you doing? You're always doing a lot. And after a while, it just gets exhausting and you have to stop. Because when you realize, oh my God, I've downloaded 6 apps. Honestly, I filled out all of them and I still feel like all these guys like, like they're just all the same. I hate men. Also, that's another thing to pay attention to. You want real love, you want true love, but you're always, I hate men. Okay, well then men will hate you too. Whatever you hate will hate you back. Like it's just, you know what I mean? It's just, we have to pay attention to our words and the things that we genuinely are drawing to ourselves. And I know, you know, when you're not really, you know, maybe at that level yet, or you're not really that tapped in yet, you know, spiritually or whatever, it's like, I was kidding when I said that, like it's not that serious. And it's like, you know, as you evolve, you realize there is a lot of power in the things that you say and the things that you choose to give your energy to. And if you're someone that's like, I hate people, I hate men. Oh my God, everyone lies. Like, I don't trust people. People are so annoying. And it's like, that's what you're going to attract, baby. You're going to attract people that always annoy you. You're going to attract, it's so easy to realize these things in people because you're always looking for them. It's so ingrained in your subconscious mind that like men suck, men are this, you know, you can't trust people, people are fake, people are gonna lie. And that really just tells me that you don't trust you. You don't trust your decisions. Because if you did, you would not be feeling like that. You wouldn't have to blanket term and pluralize society because of your experiences as an individual. And that also tells me that there is a lack of accountability. Is every single situation that happens to you your fault? No. Do we have to heal on our own from those situations that may or may not have been our faults? Yeah, we do. Because if we don't, we continue to perpetuate that victim mentality. Woe is me. You don't understand. No one understands what I'm going through. No, but enough. Okay? That's the reality situation. Now, as it pertains to our Platonic dynamics, right? Same principle. Okay? If everyone lies to you, you don't trust, like, I love it when girls say things like this. Like, this is why I don't have girlfriends, because girls are catty, girls can't be trusted. What is that experience based off of? What, you lost a friend in 6th grade, maybe high school, maybe even college. Not bragging about the lack of friendships, okay, into your adulthood with your own gender is not something to brag about. I'm sorry, it's just genuinely not. Yes, maybe some people do have a little bit more difficulty making friends, but it's not something to be proud of, because I think there's such strength in having sisterhood, and there's something special about that, because no matter how much, you know, men and women, we coexist together in the world, I think it's really important. There are things that we as women go through that men will never be able to understand. They can listen, but they can't truly understand because they have not gone through them, and they will never go through them. You know, like a menstrual cycle. Oh, I'm in pain, I have cramps. He can hear you out, he can rub your stomach, he can buy you Midol, but he's not going to truly understand, okay? You know, the mood swings, the this, the that. There is, you know, there's something special in there, and I think it's important that we as women always come together in a healthy way, and that we're not writing off one another, you know, or writing off anyone for that matter. I think that's an important mindset to have. And if you were going to hide in fake friendships and you're in a dynamic where your, you know, friends are talking about each other behind their back, oh, let's hang out behind like Brittany's back, you know, like, oh, she's so boring anyway. Honestly, I hate hanging out with her. She gets so drunk all the time, like, ew, like we don't want to be around her. Like, you don't want to create that energy, because whether you realize it or not, people can feel that. They may not always be able to identify that, but they can feel it, okay? And staying in front, I don't want to like not be friends with them because then I'm going to have no friends. And it's like, but you're not happy in this situation. So you're going to have to go through the uncomfortability of being alone for a little bit, or you're going to do what? Continue to choose about something that you're complaining about, which you're only going to get more and more and more of, okay? You want to reach a new level. You want to, you know, you want to start maybe dressing different. You have different interests. And maybe some of your friends may not be receptive to that. And they can think, oh, who does she think she is? She thinks she's better. And you should never think that you're better than someone just because you stopped doing what you once used to all do together. Or maybe that was never an interest of yours. Everyone's journey is their journey. Always remember that. Your friend shouldn't down you for wanting to, want better for yourself. And you shouldn't look at your friends condescendingly oh, well, I'm here and you're there. So you don't want to do that. And if you are someone that is healing yourself, you're going to have compassion. You're going to have compassion in your friendships. Hey, listen, we don't have to be in the same place at the same time, and that's okay. And I don't want my journey to make you feel like I think I'm this and that. That is not the case. And if you agree, great. You agree to disagree, great. You don't have to demonize anyone's character. If you were in a dynamic, in a romantic relationship and it didn't work out, it doesn't have to end in, I hate him. And stop letting situations get to the point where the only way you're able to move on is by demonizing their character. Enough. That is childish. You do not need to demonize anyone's character in order to move on, because that tells me that things have to destruct for you to move on. And that's another thing, okay? If you are someone that deals with that, that is something to heal from. And listen, we all have things that we have to heal from. But I know that these are very common themes where people, they just want to abort mission way too late. They're very, dramatic, chaotic in their dynamics. They have to have huge things happen for them to stop, doing whatever it is that they're doing, all these different things. And that kind of leads me into another point, which is chaos. If you are someone that is hiding behind chaos, you're going to be a dramatic person, right? You're going to be the person that is bringing this chaos into your friendships, into your relationships. That's what you're going to do. And some of us have been conditioned, depending on our environment growing up, to be susceptible to chaos. Something is always going on, okay? There's always some sort of, drama some way. And some of us invite it in and we create it, Oh my God, John keeps texting me. And it's oh, but I thought you guys haven't spoken in 6 months. Yeah, but I hit him up because I was bored and now he just won't stop talking to me. And it's do you not realize that it's as simple as just maybe you could block his number, you guys are not anything, or just simply stop texting him. You don't have to respond. And that's personal pet peeve of mine, where it's people complain about little things that they are in complete control over. And I'm not even talking about you have so much feelings for this person and it's really hard for you to let go. I'm talking about very simple dynamics, even past dynamics, where it's oh, this person keeps talking to me. And it's then just stop talking back, stop responding. You know what I mean? Not every single situation warrants a response. My job is social media. If I responded to every single person, even the person the other day that was impersonating me, commenting on my own channel saying, new channel, I could have said, no, it's not a new channel. Oh my God, stop, you liar. No, I didn't. Instead, what did I do? I went to my bulletin board. I said, please do not fall for anyone that's saying that they are me when it's literally not me. I have a verified channel. Aisha Christina Foster is my only Instagram handle. I only have one Instagram. I only have one YouTube channel. I only have 2 social media platforms. That is literally it. I'm not going to go back and forth with anybody in my office, especially about anything. I'm just not going to do that. And because 1, on the internet, you're never going to win, okay? And 2, it's whoever that individual was, they're obviously bored. It's not a personal attack towards I hate Aisha. It's just whoever. I'm not the only person that this happened to. I'm not going to be the last person that this happened to. I'm not a victim. You know what I mean? So it's just you guys have to understand and realize that not everything is going to call for a response. And not everything requires showing how much you've healed, because that's also odd. I'm finally in a place now where I feel I'm finally happy. Yeah, I let all the toxic people go. I can't tell you how many times I go on social media and I see things like that, where it's people are just oh, I feel so much. I could finally say I'm at a place in my life now where I let go of all the toxic people. And it's not even there's nothing wrong with saying oh, I feel so happy. I'm in such a good place. You can kind of tell energetically where it's coming from a place of I just literally stopped talking to so-and-so last week, so let me post how much better off I am without him or her. Enough. Like, enough. Like, it's dramatic. It's annoying. You know, it's chaotic. Like, that's what it is. So it's important to identify those things, angels, and figure out what side of the spectrum that you are on. So in order to prepare yourself for healthier relationships, I would say my number one tip is self-awareness. And this means being present and compassionate for others. This means that if you have, like I have, a really good and amazing solid group of friends, this comes with understanding that none of us are all going to be on the same page at the exact same time. And I never preach, to my friends. I don't ever want my friends to feel uncomfortable telling me something. I don't want my partner to feel, uncomfortable telling me something. If you find yourself to be the friend that people are always afraid to tell you something, baby, that is you. That is a you thing. And I know, because that was me at one point. One of my friends, it was just like, I was like, why didn't you tell me this? And it's like, they didn't feel comfortable telling me because they felt nervous of, my opinion. There was a dynamic where I guess it felt like I was their like mom or something like that. Mind you, they know that if they told me that every time they did tell me something, I was never like judging them. It's just, they knew that I would probably be like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, you know what I mean? And so this happened like way back when I was like 14, 15, thankfully. But I've learned early on to have patience and compassion and to not feel like, why are you doing this just because I'm not doing it? Or even if you were someone that used to be a certain way in the past, like, you need to have compassion for people. Everyone is in a different circumstance. That is what it's about. And that's what I've taught all of my friends, even my friends that I've made in the past couple of years. And I've expressed to them, like, listen, like, hey, like, I want you to be able to tell me anything. I want to be able to tell you anything without feeling like, oh my God, you're going to be mad, which I never understood personally. Sidebar. Friends that get mad at friends for staying with the guys that they're with. Girl, why does it matter to you? Like, I'm actually scared of the fact that you're offended by my genuine choices and who I choose to deal with. We're not always gonna like each other's significant others, but you don't cut off your friends for dealing with the guys that they're dealing with. I'm sorry, that's not adulthood. Okay? Because you turn around, girl, you will have no friends, okay? That's just how it is. Yeah, we may not always like how a guy is maybe treating our friends, but you don't punish your friends for that decision or judge them. Girl, well, I mean, what does that say about you if that's what you're gonna put up with? It's like, be gentle, because you never know what's going to happen to you. You don't know. You never say never. So you just let your friends do whatever they want to do. You love them regardless. Your job is to love them. Your job is not to judge them and play judge and jury and God over who they're allowing in their life. And now you're, checking off what they will and will not tolerate and equating that to their character. That's not for you, okay? And if it is, well, then go to school for it and get a professional job in it, because that mindset is not something that is super healthy. You want your friends and everyone to feel very comfortable telling you certain things. Otherwise, you can't be the one that's mad. Oh, you never tell me anything. Oh, you didn't tell me this. You didn't tell me that. And it's like, because you're not approachable. So you have to think about that, okay? Self-awareness. And it's a daily journey that we have to check ourselves, including me. I check myself daily. Pause. Be present. Now, let's talk about whatever it is that we were going to talk about. Just like that. This also means respecting your boundaries. You want to be in a relationship with a guy, he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Okay. You could be hurt, sad, crying your own. But you cannot beg someone to be with you. You cannot make someone miss you. You cannot force anyone to do anything. You cannot force someone to have feelings for you. It's not a thing, okay? If you say no about something, actually mean it, okay? And stand on that decision. Do not convince yourself, well, I mean, I said that, like, I don't like guys that, like, have a temper problem, but, like, hello, those situations were warranted because, like, I saw, like, people did, like, piss him off. So it's like, like, whatever, like, and he's really cute. And it's like, that's what we do. It's human psychology. Whenever we find someone super attractive, we associate all positive qualities and characteristics with them, and we are more likely to compromise on what it is that we want, and also more susceptible to ignoring red flags because we really want to like that person because of our attraction to them. So you have to be very mindful of that and really stick to your boundaries, because the more you respect your boundaries and yourself, you are less likely and susceptible to other people not respecting your boundaries. Because if you don't respect your boundaries, then like, why should anyone else? If that makes sense. Make sure that you are being gentle with yourself. And my greatest tip ever is to treat yourself like someone that you are trying to help. Would you talk to someone like, you're disgusting, you're stupid, no. But some of us, that is our inner, our self-talk, how we, that's how we speak to ourselves, and it's not okay. Okay, when you're healing, it's a very sensitive process, okay? You're going to, beeline, doing great some days, and then other days you're gonna be tested and feel like you're failing and you're starting all over, and that is all a part of the journey, okay? To heal yourself, you have to be resilient because you're gonna get knocked down a million times and you have to get back up. You have to get back up. So like I said, to wrap it up, true healing requires all of the things that I said previously, and knowing and understanding that you are a student of life, okay? We are always evolving, we are always growing, and you need to make sure that you are healing instead of hiding behind the drama, chaos, and relationships, okay? We have to heal ourselves and be self-aware and compassionate and present with ourselves. It allows us to be more gentle and to make more stable decisions. So that is the end of this video, my loves. Comment down below what other videos you guys would like me to do next. Again, I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for all the love and the support that you guys have shown me. I really, really do appreciate it. And with that being said, I love you and God loves you, and I will see you beautiful angels in my next video. Mwah. And make sure your post notifications are turned on.